G'day guys, this is Matt with Big Review TV and I'm lucky enough to be covering Floral, which is an annual flower event in Canberra. We're actually out the back of Flowers by Mercedes show. When she's finished up, we're going to go over there and have a quick chat to her about what we're going to learn. Okay guys, Mercedes, thank you very much for talking to us.
Oh, pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We're down here in Canberra checking out the Floral. You've got your own hub there and your own little stage.
Yes, the inspirational hub. Very excited about that.
Now, with the Floral, it's an annual event, and who's going to be there?
Everybody that has any affiliation to a love for colour, fragrance, and of course, beautiful flowers.
Excellent. And so on your little hub there, what are you going to be demonstrating for the people?
Well, it's all about do-it-yourself floral arranging. I keep it very simple, very basic. I'm not here to showcase or show off my skill of 16 years in the industry. I'm here to just, keep it mainstream and showcase to people that it's very, very easy to get floral and you can do it just under 5 minutes. You need to create a story with what you're trying to convey to your audience. You need to captivate them, you need to keep them interested, and that's what I do.
Excellent. And so Flowers by Mercedes, you offer a wide range of services?
Yeah. The most popular, this is why I'm here in Floral, is Floral Entertaining.
Floral Entertaining?
Yes.
Wow, that's a new term. I've never heard this before.
Yeah, well, hopefully we get picked up, and it's about Let's Get Floral Australia and showcasing how simple it is to bring the outside beauty that you've got in your front or backyard garden and utilising it indoors and waking up to beautiful cut flowers every morning. Man, it sounds like I might need a lesson from you. Mercedes, thank you very much for talking to us. No, thank you for having me.
Really looking forward to catching you at the event, Floral, which is an annual event at Commonwealth Park on Canberra Parade. Make sure you stop on by and check out Flowers by Mercedes. Cheerio.
34 degrees. This is Mercedes from Flowers by Mercedes, who's doing demonstrations here on flower arranging at Floral. You've got 3 great tips for people at home. Take us through them.
Okay. Everybody's got a boring vase at home, and we can change that with inserting a leaf just like that into the water. Presto, we've just changed the look. Tip number 2 for you Australians out there, we've got a humble spider orchid, and believe it or not, they drink from their heads. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, final tip, no hairy legs in the water. What do? We need to shave our legs, cut our stem flush because they're male, they're not female. I'll get to that later. And that's how you present your tiger lily. No hairy legs.
Absolutely sensational. There you go. For all of you ladies and gents at home doing a bit of flower arranging. And if you want to catch Mercedes, she'll be here for the next couple of days at Floral with some fantastic tips on a little bit of dipping and decorating, Cal and Lisa.
Cool dips and tips there. Thank you, Stevie. We're coming up hundreds of armed cops swoop on the suspected terrorists across Sydney.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, Noel NASA Events, for me to be standing on this stage. And I must say before I start, this is the hardest audience that I've ever delivered to, and the best looking audience by far. It's show 107, and they say 7 is a lucky number, so hopefully on behalf of Noel NASA, I can smash it for you tonight, Noel. Okay. Now, if you're a believer in the audience, they say it all began in the Garden of Eden. Raise of hands, any believers in the audience? And luckily, we've got 3 amazing florists in this room. I'm still getting there. We've got the fabulous Rhiannon, who's created an amazing masterpiece here to the left. The amazing Sarah, please forgive me, I've forgotten your surnames, from Floral Therapy. Amazing floral tribute that I'm just looking at right now. And to the left here, Susan Avery, which I not that I grew up loving most, but she was highly on the list when I was doing floristry 16 years ago. And yes, I have given my age away. Now, have you ever heard of Floral Entertainment? It's the first? Okay. Now, before I get started, I'm going to share with you what I'll be doing in the next 20 minutes, and that is sharing with you the secret tips of the trade, how to recondition your cut flowers, and how to rehydrate them. And yes, just like there are male and female people in the audience tonight, there's male and female cut flowers. And let me take this opportunity to introduce you to my left. I've got the female cut flowers. And to my right, the male cut flowers. Yes, I'm not making this up. It's fact. Now, how do we know whether it's a male cut flower? Any show of hands in the audience? Nobody? Come on, have a crack. Yes, sir. Pardon? Pollen? No. No. Sounds like an auction. Any other bidders? No? Okay. Now, when it's a male cut flower, and let me demonstrate. This is a male cut flower. Yes, it is a spider orchid. And before you enjoy your spider orchid in the water, and let me share with you, tap water, yes, ladies and gentlemen, is a crime. Filtered water, bottled water, Mount Franklin, any sponsors in the audience? You need to use for your water. The reason why? Tap water contains chlorine and fluoride, two elements that cut flowers hate. Okay? And the reason why we as florists leave our buckets outside the night before is because just like human beings burp, so does water. It releases one element, not two, but one's better than two, isn't it? The first thing you do with an orchid, 90% of them, is you need to drown them. And no, you're not committing a crime, don't worry, there's no police outside. Drown it for a minimum of 15 minutes, and then after 15 minutes, just shag it off a little bit. And because it's a male, it doesn't wear high heels. How many times have you been told, slip on the heels, love? Never force a man to be a woman. Men don't wear high heels unless if it's drag, okay? So it is a male, you cut it flush, and that's how you enjoy your flowers. The reason why we cut them flush is because if you're going to force a man to be a woman and cut it on an angle, too much water goes to the head, or let's say alcohol, and what happens? Limp biscuit. Very shortly, love, you'll be standing nice and strong, I promise. I'll show you how to make that become strong. No, it's not X-rated, love. It's settle down. Okay, I'm going to introduce you to the boys. I've only got 15 minutes. Dendrobium orchid, drown. Iris is a male, no high heels, flush. Now this is an orchid. Anybody know what it's called? It is an oncidium, but what's the slang name? Dancing lady. And if you really look closely, it looks like one of the brides sitting over there to my left. It's a bride in a wedding dress. I'm telling the truth. Yeah. Now you don't drown the poor thing. You missed it. Okay. Every second day you missed it. So that's what I mean by 90% of orchids needs to be drowned. The 10% is the dancing lady that you don't. Now, how many ladies in the audience have shaved their legs tonight? Waxed? Lasered? Okay. Let me share something with you. Does anybody know what this is called? It is a lily. It's a tiger lily, and it's got a lot of stamens. Now, if that gets onto you, sticky tape, and if that doesn't work, hairspray. Let it sit overnight and wash as normal in the morning. Now, the first thing that you do when you receive the flowers at your door from your courier is you get excited. Floristry is the only industry where everybody is happy to see you. True story. Now, with your lilies, the first thing you need to do is are they male or female? They are male. So anything that comes from an onion in the ground or a bulb is a male. Anything with a root system in the soil is a female, and she likes to wear high heels, so the diagonal cut. Your flowers out of water for 15 minutes, guess what? They go into coma. After 15 minutes, you need to cut them, and because this is a male, it's flush. And guess what? He's a cyclist, no hairy legs. Because bacteria breeds on leaves, and if it's going to be in the water, it's a cocktail for bacteria, and that's going to reduce the vase life of your cut flowers. True story. So it's a male, you cut it flush. If you don't cut it, it doesn't bleed. If it doesn't bleed, guess what? It won't drink. And if you're not going to cut it and put it in water, it's a bit like this, ladies and gentlemen, trying to drink coffee with a Band-Aid over your mouth. Okay? And this is the reason why Australians do not heavily invest in buying cut flowers. Because every time I hear this, they don't last long. And the reason why they don't last long is because you are not educated to know how to make them last long. And for the males in the audience, let me share this statement with you. Cut flowers are like women, and if you treat them well, guess what? They're more likely to stick around. And on that note, it's time to get floral. Are you ready to get floral? Yes. Alexandria, are you ready to get floral? Yes. That's lovely. I love a very passionate audience. Okay, now we've got a very bland looking vase up here, and guess what? I'm going to give it a facelift. And how do we do that? Well, I've decided to use some leaf, and this leaf is called Happy Leaf. And guess what? I'm not just a florist, I'm a chiropractor. I'm cracking the stem of the leaf, and that's going to allow me then to wrap it around my hand like so, insert it into the mouth of the vase, and presto, it starts to slide down. Okay, next leaf. I'm going to repeat that again for the ones in the audience that didn't see. One more time for the dummies. Okay, here we go. Now that's done. Another wrap around the hand. Okay, now I'm going to use some tiger lily. Now that's a male. I'm going to place that in there. And I'm going to group my lilies together. So I'm going to take the stamens out, because if you don't, it reduces the vase life of your lilies. Stamens, when they're left there, they release a gas called ethylene, which I call farting. And like humans, when somebody drops their guts next to you, you've got the opportunity to walk away. Cut flowers don't. They don't have legs that work. So you need to, prevention is better than cure. We've got a bit of farting happening here, so we need to get rid of that. And there you go. So we're going to group our tiger lilies together. Now, before I go any further, did you know what the colour orange means? Does anybody know in the audience what it means? Okay. Creativity? No. All right, let me share this with you. Why do the monks in Tibet wear orange? For calmness? Yeah, not bad. You're warm. But the reason why they wear orange in Tibet is because there's no internet facility, there's no TV, there's no radio, and there's probably no social life other than meditating. But guess what? Orange stops you from nodding off. So for the men in the audience, if you're out on your first date and you want to impress a girl and make a home run that evening, think of the colour orange when it comes to flowers, and red increases your heart rate, excites the woman, and for the gentleman it inflates areas of interest. Okay, so I've got some cordyline here. I love this stuff because you can recycle it. And how do you recycle cordyline? Well, you just give it a slip on the high heels because it's a female, shallow water, and you rest it in shallow water for weeks. It then grows roots, and then you can put it into the ground. But on this occasion tonight, we're just going to group it into the vase like so. I'm going to add 3 of them. And I'm going to introduce you to gladioli. Does anybody recognise this cut flower? Is it a male or a female? It is a male. And guess what? It suffers scoliosis. So you need to snap off the top bit. And the reason why we do that is because too much energy goes to the top and it still won't open. So you need to remove it. So I'm going to cut that flush because it's a male. It doesn't wear high heels. And I'm going to add it to my floral display there. How's that looking? It's very easy. Anybody can put flowers together. Now that you know the secrets of how to make them last long, you'll be enjoying it a lot more. Now with my spider orchids, I've got a bunch of them down here. So I'm going to bring them out. How do you make your orchids last long? You drown them. And guess what? They can last up to 6 weeks. So when they start looking a little bit limp biscuit, you drown them again, recut the stems, enjoy them weeks on end. 6 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, they last. So I'm just going to add that to the side there. How's that looking? You like that? That's not bad. Okay, we've got some dancing ladies.